the lead up quest line to the raids, and hopefully get there in plenty of time to do a raid, maybe two, depending on how much there is between the two raids. If we're lucky and there isn't a huge amount of time, we might get all three in. Foggy. You can see the crystal tower, blurry in the distance. Whee, plonk. How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastman strongholds? So these are the famed flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I've seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You've done well, Tegan. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak. I always call it Zanarak. The war camp of the Amaldra in Thanlan. The latter in Natalan, the roost of the Ixal on the hills of Puerthus. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. So we get to go teleport. I think that Lalamie goes a little bit closer. Yeah, we're back on the quest chain to get to the raid. Therefore, I will start reading quests again. That's cool, the like orange yellow glare over everything. Went too far round. Zanrak. It is Zanrak. No. He interrupted me. But now that Matilda's taking care of him, I will just do... And then we can fight the Flame Eater and get the crystal. Ooh. Fire crystal gained. Then we go to Puerthus Central Highlands and we go to Natalan. Not the clothing store, but the bird fortress camp thing. Not really a fortress. Not really a fortress. Just a camp with a lot of them in. we teleport back to Revenant's Toll. Nice quick pickup of 2 crystals. I vaguely remember that this quest line used to be go to these 4 places and then kill a bunch of the beast tribes that live there. Kill a bunch of the members of the tribes that live there. And then you got crystals from them and you had to take like 20 of each or something, 10 of each. That is if I think of the same quest. So again, it's good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastmen? There you go. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental force of the tower's defences, they must needs be cut and polished, a process which calls for a very particular set of skills. No, it's a particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. What is it that I have to get? If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, named aether sand, which has 4 elementally aspect varieties. Alas, aether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed Sure, my brain didn't want to register the last part of that sentence. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Uldar seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the Guildmaster, however, I was informed that no aether sand was currently available. Although I requested that word be sent as soon as a new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I am now well aware that acquiring aether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man, but I fear the more we delay our investigations, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other less savoury parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase, and send you to speak directly to Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhaps the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when we next meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of aether sand we require. Go talk to Goldsmithing Guildmaster in Uldar. Get aether sand. Fire aether sand, maybe? So I assume this is go talk to person, get an aether sand, take it back to him. He'll send you to the next person to go get an aether sand, take it back to him. A lot of running back and forth in these level 50 quests. Goldsmiths Guild. Goldsmiths Guild. Not Guildsmith Guild. Hello. Ah, Miss Mooson. Welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? I have a huge pouch of gold for you. Give Aethersand, please. You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Coinage. What fortunate timing! I was just about to contact Master Ambrose with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected Aethersand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you're welcome to settle accounts for that, which we have now. Pray speak with Jemima over there. Ah, I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathise with your plight, sir, but I explained the Aethersand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. Oh, I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or 2. It's excessive. Deegan, it's been too long. What brings you here then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Smash. Sand, please. Well, no, that is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gills clinging together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming, yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no, you're here for the bloomin' Aethersand, aren't you? Yep. Well, I can't deny the Allagan civilization is a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with the new airship design to think of much else, see? Well, I say tinkering. Wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing our hands and gnashing our teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot used a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of Aethersand. And that's why I can't relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for you, lass. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation if you're not technologically innovating, eh? While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this lady is the representative of the organisation that reserved the Aethersand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that her purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? Ugh. All right, this batch is yours. I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my stand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or 2. Biggs is a weird one. Wedge is also a weird one. They're all weird. Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected Aethersand as well, right? Then rather than sitting on your rump waiting for the shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens I know a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in northern Thanlan who very occasionally handles the earth-aspected variety of Aethersand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumour as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurous, heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanlan without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Fog and you should be able to find him poking around with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Blue Fog. Camp Blue Fog. There is unfortunately a bunch of collection quests before we get to the first raid, but I don't think there's a huge amount of them. I think it's just like collecting the stones, collecting the sands, and then maybe collecting one or two other items. Who's the adventurer? Oh. Save your greetings. If you come for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? Warn you, 'tis no stirring epic. But as you asked, my employer, Lalafell lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forgot what it was called, but it's apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandit stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarums were raised. Alarums? Alarums were raised, roads were broken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Imagina Mithril mine, but I fear the bandits have yet caught him by now. No, he's going to be hiding in the mine somewhere. Whee! Sweep around. Oh, grenades are here as well. I've got to hunt them. So we'll grab some of these kills on the way into the building. Hi, Wedge. You hiding in here? How could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair, it's just not the sort of thing I do. And now I'm going to die for it. No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Hi. Tegan? Is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? It smells like fear. Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen aether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research, as it happens. It was, I can see, perhaps a touch foolish, and very nearly fatal. But I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away, and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes, and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen aether sand is right in my... Oh dear. It must have fallen out when I was, taking evasive manoeuvres. It seems it won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the aether sand in my stead? Oh, thank the gods, you're a true friend, Tegan. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care very much for visitors. No, I don't imagine many bandits care for outsiders just kind of wandering around their area. A little secret base zone. There we go. Picking up the Aether Sand. Deacon, have you had any luck locating the Aether Sand? Yep, got it there. Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect Aether Sand, and you're working with the chief. A treasure trove of Allagan knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right. I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind. And you should return to Mordona with the Aether Sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Deacon. And then he runs out of here on his own. Which he could have done the entire time. But if he did, I wouldn't know where to go. As in where he had dropped the Aether Sand at all. Big Bomb. Big Bomb Baron. No. I might give myself more than I can chew these three. Yes, of course I just spam those. That might work. Doesn't lose much damage, but hopefully, oh, it does not interrupt the food. I'm getting back. I usually take this out on my own. Within the allocated time limit. Yeah, I think we next find straight back to Revenant's Stall, I believe. Yep. Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. So hopefully, with this I can then unlock the first raid. Ah, Tegan, you have returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some aether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? I got 2. I see. 2 varieties. Well, that's 2 more than could reasonably be expected, and 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you'd be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend, I know only too well how capable you are, but aether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of the merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge? Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they've deemed to join us, have they? Typical. I jest, of course. It'll be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavour to produce the 2 remaining varieties of aether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Ambrose, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Naught as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have bore fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhaps an explanation is in order, but first let us savour the preliminary victory that Tegan has won for our cause, if only for a moment. Cue Ewok Village victory music, and then immediately turn it off again. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of aether sand. Some days ago I asked Charlie, an acquaintance of mine, to travel to Gridania and gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Passamontre, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where aether sand might be bought, it is he. Return to Gridania. Go talk to the market chief. Run! Run to the markets! Pasamonte. Yes. I'm sorry. Did you say that you wish to purchase aether sand? Forgive me, madam, but have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I've not seen so much as a grain of aether sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water aspected variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore can be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the betusked nightmare, you will know that you're in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Back to Earth's Gift. So we go South Shroud, Quarry Mill. Quarry Mill. We can talk to OAP Pessy when we teleport in, because they'll probably also send me to Earth's Gift if they are the one who is leading me to Odin. Yeah. Two things in Earth's Gift, and it was the Dark Divinity is the quest that leads to Odin. Oh. Someone already killed the big pig. Big pig. You're too late, adventurer. And not only for the entertainment. You'll find no trace of the ore which but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. Ah, no. You will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence by your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hoped to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous. However, accordingly, I've decided to share the location of an alternative source of aether sand with you, the wind-touched variety, not to be specified. To be specific. I trust I have your attention. Good. The Band of Exile in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Exile logging grounds, the North Shroud, to be our destination. And that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. My thoughts that this is probably just Nero, who told us about all of this. And not done stuff with it. And then we go unlock the portal to the Elegans. I splash the water of cleansing on it. Or it can interrupt me and I don't splash the water of cleansing on it. There we go. Ooh. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Unlocking random side dungeons. Oh. Sleepy, sleepy. But I promised a raid. So at the very least I will get one raid. Yeah, standing in a box. Bravo, that was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of Aethersan slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that there is a greater prize mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dullahans. Whee! There we go. Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into aether sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind, till I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men. I much prefer the chronicle of accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal that you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, sooner than you may realize. Hi, Dullahan. And back to Ambrose. He gets to carry me around. What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? Yep, got them both. Oh, I accidentally jumped through what he said there. I'm going to assume it was something along the lines of good job. There. That should do the trick. Yep. Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defences. My compliments, Master Garland. Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Tegan here is the one who you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allagan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. Biggs, Wedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get a chance to study the wonders of Allagan Empire, is it? Their technology makes Garlemald's look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads. I really do. But we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged unto the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief. It's, freedom through technology. Exactly. Freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that that we would not have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. Thus, this has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this: the wonders of an all-knowing Allagan Empire could not save their civilization, and I've damn near doomed ours twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and, if needs be, seal away its secrets. It very much needs be. Compelling viewpoint it is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. Mystery person. Oh, I shouldn't have given him that voice. Mystery person. We'll never know who it is. Never ever. So, you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me that your progress or perseveration? Why, the task you assigned to me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the Aether Sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it, a more capable courier than I could not imagine. Whee! Plonk. Everyone's favourite character. Kind of. Lots of people's favourite character. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is in order. I am Grahatia, one of the students of Baldessian. I took forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Grahatia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. Yep. Yeah. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah! Noah? That is the name I've chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Koinar, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically. But my true reason for choosing the name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allagan Archmage. An Archmagus? I like the sound of that. Yeah. Yeah. Very well. Now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defences of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? Yep. All ready. Ready. Woo! I'm gonna have the Labyrinth of the Ancients. Esteemed colleagues, the secrets of ancient Allag beckon. Let's not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavour to neutralise the structure's outer defences. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allagan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large lopsided gate found to the southeast. Fly, monkey. Southeast. This way. Whee. Uh-oh. Yep. crossbow. Jeez. There we go. Now we can have a look at the gate. Gate staring. The Crystal Tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Cid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask you take the lead for the present. Mm-hmm. 8 sentinels. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us, that is. Yeah, lucky for us that it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defences which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing from within 20 yards of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they made happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one. Quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see if they work. He's not going to like stab into it, he's just going to wander forwards. And then stick his hand in. I mean, that worked. Success. I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs. Bonk. Now, what if I stick the wrong one in there? This last one is yours, old friend. It seems only right. Massive yellow crystal appearing in my hand. Ooh. Big panning camera shots. We did it! So much for the outer defences. Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here a while. Tegan and a hand-picked party of adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will. But our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Tegan here fits that description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we shall be idle in her absence. While Tegan and her companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analysing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in this endeavour, historian Grahatia. Notice that he also has little markers on his neck that are the signs of the Seventh Dawn symbols. Bah, do you ever tire of being right, old man? And he's wearing one of the student of Baldessian eye goggles. Tegan, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me to at least provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via Linkshell and we shall join you post-haste, no matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer it if any relics you encounter remained intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Tegan. And I think that should unlock Labyrinth of Ancients. I think. Yeah, the Labyrinth of the Ancients now accessible. Raid time! Duties for alliances. And the real question is, do I have high enough item level? I think I do. Average item level 50. I've got 85, so easily. But I think as we get... I don't know if I'll have enough for the second and third ones, but we can try. The wait time is less than 5 minutes. So the way alliances work in this is it's effectively three slightly altered parties, full parties of adventurers. So there'll be Group A, Group B, and Group C. All of which will have 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 DPSs. Yeah, we haven't actually got into the raid yet. That was all the quests to unlock the first raid. But now that we've unlocked it, we're in the queue. I forgot how much pre-raid quest there was. And I think between the raids themselves, there are a bunch of quests. But we'll definitely do the first one. Whenever it unlocks. How am I doing on fuels and things? Oof. 3,000 seals though, company seals. While we're waiting for that queue, because it says about less than 5 minutes, but we're already at a minute. Almost 2 minutes. And haven't immediately fired, because obviously you've got to gather a big group of DPSs and things. We'll go hand in a bunch of these other quests to unlock all of the other dungeons and things. Kind of power our way through all of those. the raid will launch in a bit. Hi, Raindish. That is indeed a flying gorilla. It's the Ufiti mount, which is just a gorilla. Ufiti. And it carries me around because I'm a little Lalafell. I mean, I think it carries around everyone, but it's a small gorilla because I'm a Lalafell. So very ugly. Ooh, there we go, Labyrinth of Ancient Fires. But because I've finished the main story, I can fly on all of the base areas. It can be a flying gorilla. Ook ook, flying gorilla. That we can't really see because I put the ancients in the way. Whee! Flying gorilla! And as we fly into this tree, we launch into the raid. Nope. Wow. Let's go, Labyrinth of Ancients. Meep, meep, meep. I don't know what the meep, meep, meep was about. Look at how many people we've brought with us. And I'm going to be in Group B, as you can see up here. Have a lovely look around at everything. I'm not quite fast enough. There we go. Oh. Our tank's having a bit of difficulty. Note to self, can't just be sitting fully. Got to actually be healing, not to be doing other stuff. Can't be focusing on combat when I need to be healing our tank. Especially considering our scholar would rather be doing other things. There you go, I'm not slowed anymore, which is good. we get to continue. Run! He's a dragon. A bone dragon. Sooner away the slow effect. Charge people for healing. I can't do that. It's my job. Gotta get paid for a job. I do, in experience. Which I know is the worst kind of offer. Ooh, nice. Boots for me. Or boots for me or the other healer, but probably for me. Yeah, I was right near the front of the group previously, and now I'm right near the back. But my sprint lasted longer than the tanks, so I ended up catching up a bit. And I might get my dash quickly enough to use it to get into the area. But either way, this is where we normally split off into 3 groups. So there's Group A down the left, Group C down the right, and Group B, which is our group, in the middle. And you've got to have some people on, you've got to have at least 4 people on this pad in order to make the thing we're fighting vulnerable. Okay, our tank's being good. Nice. So we've killed, or the people that we had ours open for killed theirs. Which means we didn't need to stand on our pad anymore. But then the people who were meant to be holding ours open didn't do it for the full time, so we ended up kind of sitting and having to take longer. And then the mechanics of this one is one of the three alliances gets tethered and turned invisible. And they're the ghost ones who can fight the Thanatos. The other two have to defend the magic pots from enemies. What the other healer's getting himself into? Thunder means you get pushed. Yeah, you get a buff or a debuff called Astral Realignment. And that means you can then fight the Thanatos. More gear! All the raid gear. Annoyingly, only the one set of boots has been for my class so far. Everyone taking a lovely 400 damage for jumping over the railing rather than using the stairs. But if you use the stairs, you'll get left behind. And we can't be doing that. Woo! I got a pair of shoes. And again, this is a similar. We all get to go onto the separate sections. Behemoth. This one I quite like. This was a fight that's actually got a mechanic to it, as opposed to lots of the other fights where it's just like very obvious outwards mechanics. Whereas this one is people get marked by green. Whoever is marked by green has to stand at various points, because then it drops rocks on them, which then the party has to hide behind in order to not get blasted by this move. And the Iron Giant can smash the rocks. So you've got to be careful of where you're standing. And of course, as I go to heal my party, I get brought into a cutscene. It cancels my move. But we killed the behemoth. That's the 3 big slabs gone. Then it opens up the drop in the middle. Yeah, poor doggo. Poor behemoth. You can in fact get a behemoth mount. You can ride around on the behemoth if you want. Whee. They've started the next fight and I'm not even there. That's fine. We've got another healer, right? No one even opened the chest. My pie doesn't even want loot. I think I can take the teleport to the fight. I think I'm running out of range of my healing. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot, that's one. Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm in the correctest area now. I was stood over with Group C for no reason. And there we go. That was the Labyrinth of Ancient. So the first few raids are relatively straightforward. There's not hugely complex stuff that goes on. But it's quite nice just having like a massive group of people running around being like, smash the giant thing, woo! And of course the only treasure chest left is our team, because no one wanted it, which means I get all the loot. Because everyone else has already left. I think I got 1 player accommodation. Nice. I think that was everything for that one. I think I got all the loot. I don't think there were any chests that were missed. I don't think so anyway. Oh there, Tegan. Very impressive, I must say. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. The scale of this structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. According to the findings of my Baldessian colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun, a characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what are the tower's inner defences? Judging by your haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. Yeah, there was a bunch of Voidborn stuff. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Yes, that will have been Phlegethon, not Acheron. Phlegethon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution. And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? Well, I am a historian. and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allagan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the Champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allagan's extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this. I might have did the wrong voice there. I didn't see who was talking. Could have been either of them. Well, well, there it is. The foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder? I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten a path through the maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here right now. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to Sync's coinage, find, and for the present, and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way to go yet. There's a lot more to do. A lot more exploring to be had. Oh yeah, the monkey can't fly in the labyrinth area. Monkey, carry me to safety. I also need to look through the loot that I gained. Allagan Catalyst, faded copy of Hubris, faded copy of Tumbling Down, and then I got a bunch of gear as well, I think. Useful? No. Didn't get any hats. I got a royal vest. Oh, they're only item level 80. So even like the royal shoes that I got are worse than my cleric shoes, which is item level 90. Do they at least look interesting? Meh is the question. It's got a lot of gold fancies, I guess. It's alright, I guess. Nothing super amazing. I got the royal gloves, I got the royal boots. I did not get royal trousers. No royal trousers for me. So I haven't quite got the full set. We can leave the 8 sentinels. Now we can fly again. As long as we're not being attacked. Excuse me, giant. Would you please not attack me? Thank you. Go, monkey, fly! Whee! And back down here. So, Ritualnet, what did you think of the first raid? So good of you to join us, Tegan. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you're ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time this assembly was called to order. Rambros will be presiding over the meeting. If you would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. Welcome back, Tegan. I have just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I have added my own notes to Graha's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. Sure. I don't care about materia at this low level. I mean, in all honesty, I don't really care about materia full stop, but people at high levels praise it. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralising the structure's outer defences. Before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire, according to Tegan's account, the labyrinth's defences were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, her report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by Allagan technology. In short, our misgivings were well founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above ground by the chaotic shifting of Earth. It has somehow been reawoken. If, as seems increasingly likely, the Tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we will have no choice but to contain them. Short of levelling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. A task rather easier said than done. If the perils of the labyrinth are any indication, then I move that all further explorations of this tower be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defences has been completed. Master Garland, I entrust this task to you. It would be my pleasure. Don't forget about us. It's like you said, Chief. We founded the Ironworks to make sure that technology was used for the right reasons, and that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads. Well, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking jaws. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am to witness this valiant tale unfold with my own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You'll do nothing of the sort, G'raha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent, Tegan. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one with your innate talents, however hard I train. But that, as it may be, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pause. We will need you fighting fit if our subsequent forays are to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of that which time has obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allagan Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring the assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the tasks at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned. And I don't remember how I get from one to the next. I think I just follow the quest line and it keeps the chain going. Oh look, it's that ordinary man who pointed us in the direction of opening up all of these defences, who I definitely don't recognise. Because the only time I've seen him, he was wearing armour. Such a terrible mess. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. So, this is the legacy the Allagan Empire left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy source waiting atop the tower is a match for even the Ultima weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with. And he took off his visor to reveal a face we haven't actually seen before in the campaign or the story. So, like, you would look at him and go, no idea who that is. But then look at the name and go, oh, it's Nero. Okay, it's Nero, everybody. Hey, everyone. It's Nero. That and the music kind of gives away that he's one of the Empire. I believe the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem they had a greater destiny in mind for me. And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Cid. Do not disappoint me. Evil. In case you couldn't tell he was being evil, he had to do a big, like, Gmod pose style grin. Circus Tower. I definitely went and rested. I definitely didn't just stand here the whole time. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise, of course. Disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there is nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said about the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entry into the principal spire, Circus Tower, the Allagans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Cid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are... Be at ease, friends, for we share the self-same goal. I am Unai, and my companion here is Doga. We are scholars of the Allagan civilization, sent by the students of Valdesian to assist you in your endeavour. Unai and Doga, rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. You came to be here at the students' behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. I am sure you'll not take it amiss if we seem somewhat doubtful. We can only assure that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. What is it, Graha? 'Tis nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the Allagan eye as well? This sanguine hue is said to be the trait unique to the Allagans, yet I inherited it from my father, as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies. We have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Alag. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems to me we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldesion when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Une and Doga advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the circus tower entrance. I promise you'll not have cause to regret your decision. Deacon, I should be much obliged if you were to accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. The 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, I pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you, Tegan. With Une and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I am hopeful that we will finally see progress. Yeah. We're going to go take these 2 mysterious people into the Allagan Temple. And they have just all proven that they have some kind of destined link to Allag. Therefore, probably just going to wander in and open it. They're probably just going to walk in and open it. And there'll be nothing suspicious about the whole matter. Hi, Biggs and Wedge. My monkey porter carried me here. Well, if it isn't Tegan. Eager to enter Circus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather, no going, for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. Lead the way, Biggs. Big door. Really big door. And he's just kind of stood staring at it. Hmm. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirits. And a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Une and Doga. They are scholars of ancient Allag, sent here by our friends of Baldesion to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defences. It is our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your attire is aught to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. Because you're dressed exactly like the workings of this door. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Circus Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is we can't get it open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a Magitech cannon. Nothing so much as a scratch on it. No, the raids are easy. You do fine ritual. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ash like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. Turns out it's a locked door. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it. A man and a woman, respectant, Allagan royalty by my judgment. Precisely who these individuals were we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it is purely decorative. They literally stood right there. I wouldn't call them decorative. Yep, let's just open this door. No one will be suspicious about who we are. But if you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the callus is on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our time. We do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? Wham. They did it. They opened the door. Anyway, let's move on. I don't think any of us expected that to happen. 7 hells, what is this? What did you do? What are you? I don't know who's... I hate when it gives question marks. I can't put a voice to a voice that doesn't have a name. Otherwise it'll turn out to be like Nero or someone, and then I'll be like, well, used the wrong voice. Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. I should have just done Nero's voice. Isn't this Nero who's just going to rock up? Come on, a bit further, a bit further. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable. Exactly as passed down through legend, I am delighted to see. It is Nero. He's just going to rock up and be like, hello, glad you could get me in. Anyway, I'm here to steal stuff. Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero, you're still alive? I mean, we didn't kill him, we just kind of left him there. Garland, Garland, if I didn't know any better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. But I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is, for all intents and purposes, defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. So I've been roaming this land, Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? If you are suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts. But I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these 2 odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was a symbol of ancient Allag's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these 2 are descendants from Allagan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. They're not descendants at all. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty. Living keys born of Allagan ingenuity. Oh, I mean, kind of the same. Clones! Attack of the Clones. Clones, I believe. Is the name your creators gave your kind, is it not? It would seem that the time for concealment has passed. You didn't need to conceal anything for very long. You literally walked in, opened the gate, and went, cool. Anyway, we're in now. Pray accept our apologies. It was not our intent to deceive. We simply wished to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. And then we'll just reactivate the defense grid and kill you all. Very well. G'raha just fully accepting to be like, yeah, let's go to where your 8 Sentinels are. Now that we've opened the door, we're just going to leave it open. 7 hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around? Who? Come, Garland. You know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? An elegant tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you. And a deal more besides. It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th XIV? 14. Yep, I was correct. The 14th Legion. But it's yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. Okay. Good job. Thanks, Nero. You're here now. This is why I kind of like Nero. He just kind of shows up and is like, hey. Anyway, I'm going to do what I want now, because, meh. If you're ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader, Rambros, may wish to be present. Yes, leader. Nero just being like, cool guy lean. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldessian. Nay, we are clones. Copies of people who once existed, given life through Allagan technology. This is rather a lot to take in. If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask why you and yours were created? And more specifically, what it is that you now seek to do? Answering your questions requires that we revisit Allagan history. Pray, bear with us. The Allagan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as the symbol of Allagan pride. Parents took their children there, that they might learn how the nigh limitless energy is produced. It brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the Allagan civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Nope, they swapped speaker and I didn't pay attention. In a matter of generations, the Allagan civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Alag to greatness. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Xander. None other. As part of his experiments, Amon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Unei and Doga. Historical texts mention the reigns of two Allagan emperors named Xander. It was commonly believed that the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike, to think that the two were in fact one and the same. Aye, Xander returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more. And true to Amon's prediction, the emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the emperor desired to bring the entire world under Allagan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Xander turned his sights towards a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. Nero, stop being creepy over there. Darkness. Again? Seven hells. What is this megalomaniacal rulers turning into dark? What is it with megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all. Would that you were right, Master Garland. The face. Alas, Emperor Xander is very much alive. Within Circus Tower, he still abides his ambition, burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. He's still up there, still doing research thousands of years later, and he hasn't managed it. But the second we turn up, of course he manages it. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high, it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty Allagan Empire was laid to waste. Yet even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Xander's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken. Okay, so they haven't been doing it for thousands of years. They've just woken up again and are like, time to start over. Eras came and went. After millennia lying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the Seventh Umbral Calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Xander awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. He's just sat at the top of the tower like, I'm going to take over everything. It is for no other purpose but to put an end to Xander's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited for our namesakes, the true Une and Doga. Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave unto us their will, that we might carry on their mission should they fail. When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action. Concluding that we alone could not overcome Xander, we struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can cut a path through the labyrinth of ancients. With you as our champion, Tegan Mooson, we are confident that we can end Xander's dark ambition once and for all. Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my chagrin aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Baldessian, among the host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time. So, what will we do, Tegan? The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens you're an expert at saving it. I'm going to go hide in a hole somewhere. Good luck! You have our eternal gratitude. Together, let us see the Allagan Empire's dark past laid to rest. Wait, what? I'm now helping? Oh, okay. It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allagan civilization. But what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the Tower's secrets may become lost to us. But the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends, Une and Doga, living, breathing Allagans. And so I hereby declare a change of Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Circus Tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. Tegan, as you did for us with the Labyrinth of Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Xander himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Circus Tower from the outside world. To work, then. Yeah, time to make sure this tower stays hidden. And ignore the fact that Nero's here. He definitely won't try and mess anything up. It'll be fine. Oh, they can have a little chat over there. They're already having a little chat over there. Or trying to. Wait. There is something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean... You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. The Allagan Eye, you called it, but to us it is the Royal Eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think of it as a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time. He's got one royal eye. And one regular normal eye. From his cat mum, I assume. Assuming he has a cat mum and a Allagan dad. Maybe his dad is a cat Allagan and his mum is... I don't know. Whatever. My apologies. If I've given you cause to worry, I'm quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there has been much for me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Circus Tower awaits us. Let's go, Circus, let's go. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Xander himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Inside the other crystal. Crystals within crystals within crystals. There's the second raid available. Woo! So I don't think we'll have enough time to get to the third. I don't think we'll have enough time to get to the third one, but I can at least do the circus tower. Ooh, that one launched much quicker than the previous one. Three tanks. 6 healers. Waiting on the last 2 DPSs to ready up. And there we go. Nice. Raid number 2, Circus Tower. Oh. Cutscenes. Ooh. That's a lot of stairs. Ooh, I'm in Group C this time. Oh, good, we got to cut out all of those stairs by just running through a portal that then takes us to the top of the massive staircase. This is where things like a bard and a mechanist are really useful, because Peloton is just a second sprint. And Haz is dressed like a little chocobo porter. Very, very silly. Oh. Scylla! With her many, many shark heads. Yeah, this is an interesting one with mechanic wise. So you get attached to the purple ball, which you then take into one of the purple lights, or you get struck by the ice or fire balls. If you get struck by the ice ones, you have to, well, you get frozen. And then if you get the fire one chained to you, you take it to someone who has been frozen. And then there's also a bunch of areas. But they're all fairly straightforward. Like there's these staffs that do little ring areas like this. And then there's the lines that Q does as the boss. Oops. Uh-oh, I'm going to get frozen. Go down to the middle. Oop. Nope, I died instead. Oh, oh. But someone res me, so we're all good. They can take that fireball to someone else. No, I do not have a lot of mana open. Greed all the raid loot. Even if I can't equip it, I can still make use of it. Getting beat up by all these random enemies. I suppose it's because I'm the one healing the main tank. Yeah. We all get to dash together. Whee! Which I think is why they gave White Mage a dash, because it never used to have one. It always used to get left behind in these raids. I always find it fun watching all the people dash. Oh, yeah, apparently I didn't move out far enough. just a regular fight against a dragon. It's all pretty simple, other than just the big fire blast down the middle, which is a bit annoying, but it's not lethal most of the time. There he is, the chief. Amon. In his fancy outfit. Should be using cheese experience. Could have been getting level ups. So 3 people get turned into ice rocks, and similar to the behemoth, everyone has to hide behind the ice rocks. No, our party not hiding? I don't think so. Yeah, no one in our party wasn't hiding. We're all good. Woo! Mapping of Circus Tower. Really elegant catalyst as far as I'm aware. We end up getting plenty through the game. You fight valiantly, mortals, but to no avail. Noticeably, he doesn't have red eyes. Absolute darkness draws nigh. Didn't get to read the rest of that sentence. Emperor's throne will be sealed off in 15 seconds. Run! Oh, it's sealed in my face. Everyone into the Masahui drops. Because these are the platforms we get raised on. To avoid this, and then we have to run away from them. Because then they turn into actual AoEs. Woo! We did it! Circus Tower complete. Accommodation for the other healer, I guess. Greed, 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 greed. Pass. We got a bunch of loot, including the Onion Knight minion, the Shattered Orchestration roll, and a Xander Triple Triad card. And pieces of gear, I think. Onion armor. The Lancer Reaper helmet. Nope. And Rogue and Monk and Viper and Samurai boots. Yeah, fair enough. Nothing super fancy. Nothing super fancy. We got the Onion Knight minion, which is good. Yeah. Minion acquired. Ooh, and a bunch of player accommodations. Oh, three. Nice. Still good. Uh-oh. Tegan. Big crack in the sky with darkness pouring out. You did it. You defeated Emperor Xander. Empires may rise and fall, but man's indefatigable spirit ever lives on. Truly, you are the champion we had hoped for, Tegan Newson. With Emperor Xander now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. No one else seeing that? Nope, Nero's there in his armor. What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you hadn't noticed, Garland, these are dangerous surroundings. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you needn't mind me. I am perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways we may seal off Circus Tower. Either isolate it from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Dogra and I must needs attend to a task. That's the task. That distortion. What is it? The power that Xande sought to obtain comes from the void, the world of darkness, our people called it. And the true nature of the power was none other than the armies of Voidsent. Voidsent feed on Aether, as you may already know, and no plane is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Xander entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Voidsent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Une and I believe that we can annul it. By his blood, Xander sealed his dark pact. By our blood, it shall be undone. It is time. Yes, Doga. Finally we may fulfill our purpose. Nero just wandering around in the background. Don't mind me just scanning the place. Nero, be crazy. Oh, be still, my beating heart. For a moment I feared that this outing would end in disappointment, but my readings were not mistaken. Not even the Ultima weapon compares to this. What? What are you going on about? The Covenant is everlasting. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Multiple shadowy ghost versions of Unai and Doga. Oh no. And so Marasidia is brought into the fold. Soon all the world shall be united under Allagan rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid, an endless void bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my rage, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Harvest more power, that the gate may be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. You gone crazy. Uh-oh. You. Noise. Tegan, pull yourself together. Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Oh. Gratia, pull yourself together. Yeah, not now, damn it. Yeah, engineer killing royal blood lines. friends. Nero, on the other hand, actually just killing a bunch of people. Nero, were they part of your grand plan too? Save your japes, Garland. I didn't put up with your arrogant face to play with worthless clones. Something controls them. A void scent, and no ordinary one at that. Doga! Okay, bye! He spins away into the void. And then she also spins away into the void. Confound it. Without them, there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine. George! Go, go, Nero Ranger. Oh. Uh-oh. He didn't plan for this. The Covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. And then all the clones just are like, dead. Damn it. The rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? Open it up again? Much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the find and consult Ambrose. Yeah. 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 Monkey, go. Might be able to get World of Darkness in. Maybe. Maybe. All this happened within the tower. Gods preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate. Of this I am certain. There exist myriad kinds of void scent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. It would seem that Xander sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Unfortunately for all mankind, or fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this void scent is capable of. However dreadful it may be, we cannot abandon our friends. There is no way to save them. I will not lie to you, Master Garland. The solution is bleak. Though void scent can enter our world, instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends are still alive. Damn it, I feel so helpless. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Une. We share the same eye, 'tis true. That is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them to fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years. And besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Xander's dark covenant is binding, our world is in danger. It is our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. G'raha, ever since meeting Unei and Doga, you have not quite been yourself. Tell me true, is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me that the truth of our eye rests with Allag. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I'm with G'raha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Unei and Doga. Aye. And Foof. I don't know where I put Foof. Foof. Naughty Sid. Not even reading the rest of your sentence. You have the right of it, though we have known them but briefly. Doga and Unei are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts in literature both. I will consult experts and literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yeah. Yet know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest now while you can. For when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength. We'll save them yet, Tegan. Mark my words. I'm sure we will. But first, we're going to jump straight back into it and try and get World of Darkness under our belt. Rest up. What about no? What if I don't want to? Ah, Tegan. It is good you are come. I have news you must be made aware of. Alas, none of it bodes well for us, not for Unei, Doga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm. The Dark Realm. Think back upon our last foray into Circus Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Xander. But you, Tegan, you ensured he was laid to rest permanently. Yet the Emperor had sealed a binding covenant with the terrible void send known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Unei laboured to annul his contract, the entity reached through the rift and dragged the pair of them and Nero out of our realm. Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Unei and Doga and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Xander's orders, and collects energy to open another void gate, even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We have done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. And just as the gate would open only for Unei and Doga, so too will the tower heed only those with the royal blood of Allag. It is a most galling design. Granted, this was not always so vexatious. According to the Allagan tombstone Nero presented us. During the Golden Age of Allag, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they had such a technology, Ammon and his underlings could never have controlled. If they hadn't such a technology, Ammon and his underlings could never have controlled the Crystal Tower. We do not have either this art or any with royal blood. Every moment we wait, the vast rift through which the Cloud of Darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Xander's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the latter would suffice. But then, what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, the power could discharge and cause a calamity like to the one that destroyed Alag. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, our very world will fall before the might of this threat. Okay then. We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm, and seal the rift shut after them. And, mercifully, not all our news is quite so bleak. It is true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Circus's power for our own purposes and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm. Yeah, we make a little Void Gate and jump through ourselves. We have heard this is possible from the man in the Thaumaturge's Guild, well versed in otherworldly matters, and with Master Garland working to create said portal, the final preparations are well underway. Ah, and here comes the man himself. Oh, Sid. I thought it was going to be the guy from the Thaumaturge's Guild. Deacon, just the woman we need. Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavours? Quite well. The device is nearly ready, though attaching the damnable thing to Circus Tower took every ounce of ingenuity the Ironworks has got. But it should produce the energy we need. With just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge at the 8 Sentinels as guides. And do hurry, Tegan. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you? Never. Always got to do the world saving. Well, Sid certainly seems to have a firm hand at on the helm. Shall we make our way to the Crystal Tower? Yeah. Ready and waiting. Hopefully this will just be wander over there, portal opens, go into the world of darkness, and that's the 3rd raid of the 3. And I think if we do this raid, I might then call the stream after that. So not quite as long as my usual ones, but that's more because I started a bit later. We got plenty done. We did a bunch of the story, we fought Good King Moogelmog, and we've done the 3 raids. Tegan, I'll bet you're here to watch us pry open a rift between worlds, eh? We're almost ready. Circus Tower is full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power, and if a single coupling's off, well, boom. But it should be fine, really. Anyway, you'd be best to wait at the top. The chief's there overseeing the whole operation. You'd be better off standing at the top of the tower when it explodes. In case it works. And we open a portal. I Sid, we're here to jump through a portal. Is it all ready to go? My friends, you've arrived. I'm just waiting for the engineers to give the signal. Then we'll see if we can't open a gateway to another world. Is there something amiss, Graha? Ah, Emperor Xander's throne. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Alag's art and power. Now it's nothing more than an empty chair. A crystal throne of mankind. Just imagine if Allagan's civilization had lived on, and a just emperor still sat on the throne. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Xander in his ambition. There were those who tried. Xander's war of dominion left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against Allag. These men and women became the beacons of hope to those who had suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards Allag's heart for the kill, Xander lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Xander desired that the great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power held within Dalamund be emptied into Circus Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Circus was swallowed by the very earth upon which it stood. The fourth umbral calamity. I'd learned of its cause from Une and Doga. I had no idea that rebellion incited Xander to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Allagan history is astounding, G'raha. Why a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know. Mayhap. 'Tis strange, though. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things. Yes? Ah, Biggs, are you ready? Ready and raring to open up that void gate, Chief. We reckon when the machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of the Agrius. So just give us the word and we'll start channeling energy into the tower. Good. Let's get started. Places, everybody. Our preparations are complete. Everyone step away from the throne. Otherwise you'll get sucked into this giant void gate that we're just about to make. It'll be fine. Alright, let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs. Oh. 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 It's very bright. Ooh. It worked, though. Aha. Ah, a rift to the world of darkness, as Une called it. Splendid work, Master Garland. We can't break out our mead just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the Dark Realm, but the gate's not all that stable. It won't stay open forever, and only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the Void Gate stays open. As for the Sons of Saint Coinage, this rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are truly lost. Which leaves Tegan. My friend, 'tis a heavy burden I must task you with, but there are none more able. Pray lead your adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you, save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades. But you must go, for the fate of the world now rests upon your shoulders. Punch, punch. This is our only gambit, but we have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you have passed beyond the rift. Make certain you're prepared before leaving. Or I could leave right now and be absolutely fine. 0 preparation, jump straight in. Might I have a moment of your time, Tegan? There is a matter of import we must needs discuss ere you leave. Just not right next to the portal. That'd be great. In case we get sucked in. Ah! I see no problem with leaving this massive portal to the void open at the top of this tower that generates energy to open a portal. We'll just leave it up there. It'll be fine. Hi, Grahatia. Tegan, I wish to speak to you about my eye. As you are no doubt aware, this is a trait seen only amongst Allagan royalty. Long I have pondered why such is my inheritance. The sanguine hue must have some bearing upon my destiny. This much Durga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow, meeting those two clones has wrought great change in me. I am consumed with remembering something ancient, but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the selfsame ones his father told him. The truth of our eye rests with Allag. Mayhap what I wish to remember and these words are related, mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with my own two eyes. So I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. Well, duh. You have my thanks, my friend. Now, let us venture into the world of darkness to save our comrades and our realm. Let's jump into the darkness. Together. And we'll both make it out absolutely fine. There is clearly nothing that could possibly go wrong with taking a good friend into the void. Oh, I need item level 90. I'm 5 short. How many seals do I have? 300? That might be enough. Let's hit a return to... Alternatively, if it isn't enough, I can do a daily quickly, and that should get me enough. Because I want to make sure I do this last raid in this sitting, if I can. I was hoping to do it all in one go, but I might not be able to, because I might not have enough seals. I might have to do a daily in the middle. Oop. Come on. And up here. And arrive. There we go. Not quite enough. 130, 130, 130. So I could get one of those pieces. I've got a level 16 necklace. Hang on, if I... That's level 5 necklace. I've got a level 16 necklace. 30, 34, 70. Maybe the necklace might be enough to raise it. Let's have a look. Choke revealing. Grab one of those. Jump onto this. Choke revealing. Take me to 94. Yes. Now that I've got item level 94, I can get into the world of darkness. We did it. We don't need to do a daily in the middle of this run. We just needed the necklace. All those trinkets that I turned down because I was like, I'll get better ones. And it's like, well, actually, I should have been taking them because getting the level 50 stuff helps me do all the post-level 50 stuff. All the post-campaign level 50 stuff then helps me get further in the story. Here we go. world of darkness awaits. Crystal Tower, the world of darkness. Whoosh. Whoosh. And we're all just chilling here. And this one's got some cool bosses. There we go. Group C again. Zoom away. Me and the Reaper Lalafell just way in front of everybody else. This one's interesting. So it will do a kind of eye blast thing that will give doom to everyone, and then you have to stand on one of these pads. And also it does this where there is a light side and a dark. You have to not be hit by the same side twice. So I've taken the dark side. And then there's also like the hourglasses. That mechanic, where there's like a zone AoE. You just not stand in the zone. Yeah. That's the Doom AoE, Mortal Gaze. It's a line of sight AoE, so if you look at it, you get Doom. And if you get Doom, you have to run on one of the pads. Oh, two of our members got Doom and didn't run on the pads. Hello. Oh, a bunch of them. Oh, I got you. Up you get, come on. Did I get doomed? No, I didn't. I stood on was the white side. Okay, cool. Wait. do like the demon hat of aiming. It looks fancy. Oh, I didn't get it. But we had natural bard, so it makes sense that one of them gets it. I think the Mechanist got it in the end, but it still looks cool. Queensilla. Hey look, it's Xander's clone. And then we got the 5-headed dragon. It doesn't have any wings, it's basically a hydra. I don't know why it's called a dragon. And the 5-headed dragon just spawns a bunch of like random mobs and drops those like big area AoEs. I'm lucky that a lot of the Ares are on the other side of the map. I'm in Group C. And at the front. Yeah! Romance the Hydra. No! But similar to the previous one, three alliance groups split off into their respective paths. So as Group C, we get to go over here to the right-hand side. And this one's funny because there's just a bunch of push AoEs. It'll try and push you all off the platform, and you'll activate this jump pad to activate the little jump pads that will then grab you back up onto the platform. So yeah, you target someone and sucks them up, and anyone else in that big cone at the front, and he throws them all off. And you jump pads back up. Let me get pushed off, and use the jump pad to get back up again. Very silly. Come on, just let me do the healing spell. I want to not be repeatedly pushed off if I can. Oh, good. And then this is the real fun boss. So A, B, and C do different things. So Group A fights the ads. Group B gets in the Cerberus's belly. And Group C grabs the chains. As a part of Group C, I get to run down this end and enjoy doing the chains part. And my tank gets to tank the boss. Down here for when we can chain it. It's currently thrashing, and once they've done the belly part, it will then stop thrashing and we'll be able to chain it. There we go, they're going off into the belly. You can see them all getting teeny tiny. And then it will turn around and go munch, munch, munch. There you go. Munch, munch, munch. And you can see all their names disappear from the board. So Alliance B has all but 3 of them gone into the belly. Oh no, it got me with hysteria. The good old 15-second confusion effect, which means I now don't get to do the chain part, which I was kind of waiting for, because I'm running randomly. There we go. There you go, those two are grabbing the chains. So we're all good. Yeah, the big tether chain appears around its belly, and you run over to one of these pillars and interact with it. And then you get to attach the chain to it and lock it down. And then it puts the helmet and armor back on, because it's all shackled. I believe our group so much that I was already running. Yeah, it's a Cerberus. Of course it's got 3 heads. And then we fight the Cloud of Darkness. I'm going to have to skip this because otherwise the fight will start and I'll just be stood in the middle of the arena. Being the first one here means I triggered the cutscene. Yeah, I would have literally just been stood in its line of sight. Which would have been bad. Because what's she going to do at the moment? Oh, she's doing the blast. It's chasing that person. Come on, do the beam. And I can move to the other side. Yeah, we got people in them. We got people in them. There we go. Clouds! He's summoning clouds. Clouds again. Isn't on the giant beam yet? Oh, I think she does it after she dips down. Makes up the groups. Where's she going to appear from? There. Here we go. This will be the beam. That is something you need to definitely avoid. Woo! And we did it! We beat the Cloud of Darkness. Which means we have finished the Realm Reborn raids. Because there are 3 of them. We did good. Healing it was nice and simple. We had good tanks every time. And luckily we didn't go in Alliance A in the first 2, so wasn't bad. We had to heal our tank through the Cerberus fight. But that was simple. Ooh, gear. Oh, and I got the Puff of Darkness minion. Nice. And the last little bit of story. Oh, and a player accommodation. The last little bit of story before we finish up. We'll close out this story event. Where in the 7 hells are they? Without them to stem the energy in the tower, our defeat of the cloud aids our cause little. You do. So there's unique things that can... So like the sets of gear are unique to the raids. The minions are unique to the raids. And then you also get like... You're effectively fighting 3 trials, one after another. So you get experience for those. And then also if you're doing it as your daily, you get a load of bonuses for that. But you can also do a dungeon daily. So it's another alternative bigger dungeon, effectively, that you have a separate daily for. Doga, Unai, can you hear me? Nero? Nothing. Must you be so infernally loud? Nero's purple ghost now. Are you so keen to attract more void scent? Though, I don't blame you for missing my company. Thank the 12. You alright? You know, what happened to you? Why are you glowing purple? Have you literally just gone through and like punched your way through it, like run full body through multiple void scent? As all writers can be expected, Unai has simply passed out. Nero, by the gods, what happened to you? Alas, his wounds were too deep, and allowed this foul place to enter his body. Now the darkness claws at the aether of his very form. Would that we could have protected him. The cloud of darkness was bound to Xander's unholy covenant to bring prosperity to Allagan royalty. The same blood that sealed the contract gives us a measure of protection. I say a measure, for this vow does not protect us from other void scent. The cloud imprisoned us here precisely to unleash fiends upon us. We would be dead had Nero not defended us so valiantly. Mistake not my actions for kindness. I have use for you yet in Eorzea, and simply could not let fall the harm you. Harm befall you would make more sense. What? Where? Unai, you're safe. Our friends have come for us. But have they? Then perhaps, Doga, there is yet hope we may fulfill our purpose. Or the cloud of darkness can be right here again. Eh? Mortals, you have dared to challenge me, and now you must feel my wrath. Did you think to destroy me in my realm? Here I am eternal. I will smother your light and entomb your bones amongst my shadows. Phew. Are we truly so powerless here? As long as we fight the cloud in this realm, I fear so. And yet, though we may not be able to destroy it, this may be our chance to stop it. If we strike now whilst the cloud can barely hold her form, mayhaps we can sever Xander's covenant. Yes, and raise the bridge between the Crystal Tower and this foul place once and for all. Tegan, Graha, you must flee. We literally came here to save you. 'Tis madness. You must return with us. No one but you could save the world from the threat of the Crystal Tower. And they're going to do so from right here. Phew, what is this trickery? Your blood. You too gain protection from Xander's blood. Yeah. Gratia, you are possessed of royal blood. That is why the royal eye returns in your line. It is a gift you have inherited, Graha. You have been granted authority over the Crystal Tower, which means you can close it, and you'll be fine. I had thought time would consume all of Allag that was, that a man should still live with his forebears' blood in this age can be no coincidence. Some person must have planted this gift in your line, and used the highest of Allagan technology to do so. True, the Crystal Tower is not like to recognize you as Allagan, not as you are now, But your royal eye bespeaks the truth. Within you dwells one feeble glitter that will illuminate all, the light of hope. But how should I use this light? Pray tell me. You must gain control of the Crystal Tower. We will share our blood with you, G'raha. Though its effects may be ephemeral, it will bolster the Allagan presence within you. This is our gift to you, that you may fulfill your destiny. All with the royal eye are bound by the fate of Allag. Our time in this journey is to bury Xander's dark ambitions in the past. This is the true Ineandoga's purpose, one we have carried into the future. Know that as long as this light of hope survives in you, our souls will still remain, even if our bodies are lost. Bloop. Blood ball that's glowing for some reason. And smoking. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Yum. Oh, or just hold it, I guess. Oh, squished the blood ball. But you must leave us as well, Nero. I'm sorry we could not live up to your expectations. I must return to you what is yours, though. You dropped it whilst defending us. What you seek by this instrument may not be possible, Nero. But do not give up. There are many other paths that await you. Of course they do. Doga, I thank you. We shall never forget you. Now, Tegan, Nero, let us quit this place. Whee! You shall not escape me, impotent children of light. Yeah, we will, though. One of us is protected by Allag, one of us is protected by a god, and one of us is already corrupted, so there's not a huge amount you can do to us. So, no, you shall not escape us. Here Xander's bloodstained dreams of glory end. Whee! And then they died, trapped in the world of darkness forever. Or we run away along a little light bridge that just kind of goes out into the sky. There, the glint of light. The glint of light? A bit more than the glint. Almost blinded me. It grows faint. Then the bridge between realms grows fragile by the Covenant's annulment. If that light dies, we are stranded here. Hurry! Oh, Nero. Leave me. Time to go. I don't need you. If I die here, it'll be because I bloody well decided to. I failed to master darkness. I'll not suffer watching a green boy master the tower. Green boy? Do what you will with it, but remember me, son of Allag. I am Nero Tolscaver? I never know how to pronounce that. The man who will yet undo Allag and Garland. Damn you, Sid Garland! That's literally Nero's entire life. That was what you hoped for. May the Crystal Tower again be a beacon of hope for mankind. Go, damn you. Okay. Let's go. See you, Nero. But G'raha made it back. is walking. Must move forwards. This is not where I come to rest. But how did... So those damn clones did it after all. They saved him. Now, onwards. Whee! Ah! Now, onwards. Ah! Or is he going to fail to jump? Oh, Nero. You owe me, Nero. Damn you, Silt Garland. Oh, that little, like, tete-a-tete is comical. Very silly. But weirdly, I don't like Sid nearly as much as I like Nero. Like, just the failing underdog of a villain. As opposed to the, like, he's the hero, he's the prodigy, he's all great. And Nero's just like, I'm smart too, guys. You are returned unharmed, thank the gods. When that void gate started to close, I had never felt so powerless in all my life. We were running around like madmen, trying to keep the gate open. And then the chief actually went and dived in. But if you're all so... Well, where are Une and Doga? They're not... Yeah, we didn't actually save them. Like, the whole reason we went in there was to save 3 people, and we came out with the one we like the least. I see. I will miss the 2 of them dearly, but I am happy they fulfilled their purpose. We who live on must still attend to the Crystal Tower, though we now have no one able to seal it. That's not true, my friend. Une and Doga have entrusted me with their blood. I can now control the Crystal Tower. G'raha! Yes, I can see it in your eyes. Good. Then let us put an end to this and seal away the tower. Biggs' silly dance. I understand your instinct, Rambrose, but please, give us a moment to rest. I'm weary to the bone, and Nero and Tegan are both emerged from long battle. Of course. You have the right of it. Come, we shall leave this place for a spell and repair to St. Coinix's find. Didn't they literally say that he will have, like, a limited amount of time to be doing this? It's like, you'll have our powers and it'll recognize you as its commander for an amount of time. They didn't specify how long. It could be, like, 2 days. It could be 20 seconds. But G'raha's just like, let me wander off and rest, and then I'll come back and sort it. No one but you could have succeeded in the world of darkness, Tegan. What that I could have been more use beyond the rift. As it stands, I was but a vessel for Doga and Une's blood. Have I remembered what I wished to? Yes, something has come back to me. Gaining royal blood and witnessing true bravery has reminded me of my forebear's dearest wish. To take over the world. And now he's going to do it. Oh no. He's not, it's fine. But we need not speak of these things now. It was not my place to keep you. Pray, go on ahead of me. There is something small I would do before I return. Okay, see you in a bit. I could not have asked for a better comrade. If only I could have been a part of your adventure for longer, Tegan. Alas, fate dictates I have a different role to play. A wish hidden for millennia, I'm brought to light by the good people of Noah. Now, finally, 'tis my time to see it realized. I'm going to do the same thing I do every night, Tegan. Try to take over the world. Because you see, I am Pinky. And Graha is the brain. Definitely not the other way round. He's fine. I knew I'd end up getting to like almost level 55 before getting anywhere with the story. I'll end up being like almost level 60 at this rate before I reach, if I do all these side missions, that is. But we'll close out this quest. I'm pretty sure I know what happens. I cannot express how glad I am you returned safely, Tegan, and with the means to dispel the threat of the Crystal Tower for good. Rest, if you will, then let us free ourselves from the spectre of the Allagans. I trust you have rested, my friend? Good. Nope, I literally stopped talking to you and then started talking to you again. I wish to seal the tower now, but there is something we must do first. Let me summon the others, and hear in full what happened beyond the rift. Are you sure that's a good idea? So the Allagan eye that runs in Graha's line does mean that royal blood flows in his veins. I suppose it is not so odd to think his forebears gained it via ancient technology. But who imbued his family with the blood, and for what purpose? Mayhap all this was fate, from discovering the tower to Graha gaining Unai and Doga's blood. Has Graha said anything? For that matter, where is Graha? And what of Nero? I'm not sure about our resident historian, but Nero left the tower with me. Where he's vanished to since, I cannot say. But knowing him as I do, I don't believe he'll scheme against us for the time being, though he is still Nero. Tegan, you say Graha stayed behind at the Crystal Tower. I wonder if he even now prepares to seal the place off. Rambros! 'Tis Graha, sir. He came into the Crystal Tower and began ordering researchers out. What? Why would he do such a thing? I do not know, sir, but he was quite insistent. He all but bodily forced me out of the gates. I suppose it's possible he told one of the others, but I wasted no time in finding out. I thought it best to hasten here and ask your guidance. Very well, let us go and speak with these researchers, and get to the bottom of this queer business. Master Garland, Tegan, please come with me. No doubt Graha means to seal off the Crystal Tower, but it worries me that he did not breathe a word of this plan to us. Fly back over there. Sneaking in behind those two giants that block the gate. Just making sure I don't have unaccessed fights. Oh no, my monkey ran through the portal. What in the world was Graha thinking, demanding we leave the tower? No doubt you want to know why. I wish I knew myself. Of course he would tell me nothing. But he will be honest with you, miss. I am certain of it. Yeah, let me just walk through the portal. Oh, I can. No? Is it just showing me what's happening? Oh, yeah, I can. That's fine. Go no further, my friends. The doors will close ere long. So you are of a mind to seal the Tower G'raha? I know time is of the essence, but all I ask is a hint of your plan. Please come here so we can discuss this. No. My apologies, but I cannot. Come, man, what is this nonsense? If aught is amiss, surely we can help. Not this time, my friend. Just as Yunea and Doga fulfilled their destiny, so too must I fulfill mine. My blood has awakened me to this fact. As my father told me, the truth has always lain with Allag. Or rather, 'twas their wish I must grant. 'Twas there the wish I must grant was born. You see, not all the world perished in Xander's calamity. Survivors stood amidst the ruins of Allag, looking to the Crystal Tower, but it was nowhere to be seen. Yet they hoped its spires would again dominate the land, and prayed that the Crystal Tower would be a beacon of hope to people everywhere. Word of this soon reached the only members of Allag's royalty to outlive the Empire, the Princess Selena. Selena was moved by the people's dearest wish. She used the very best of the Allag's technology to give her blood and memories to he whom she trusted most. That man was my forebearer. For millennia we waited. Allag's art and ingenuity faded. Our royal blood grew thin. But before the last drop could vanish from the realm, the memory of all this returned to me. And now I must fulfill the wish of the ancients. The tower will shine forth as a new beacon of hope. G'raha, the Crystal Tower's strength... using the wrong voice. G'raha, the Crystal Tower's strength poses too great a threat to Eorzea now. We would need technology as advanced as Allag's to use it correctly. As things stand, we barely understand the tower's workings. Hells, we may never fully comprehend them. 'Tis as you say, Cid. We could not wait for someone, some day, to reach the same heights as Allag. But by then we will have lost the royal blood, and the means to control the tower. But what if I do as Amon did, and put the tower into a deep slumber? What? You cannot mean that. I'm deadly serious, Cid. The tower may only be used once men rival the Allagans in knowledge. I will slumber within Circus Tower until then, to greet those with the means to open the gates. Then I will guide them, and thus will the tower shine forth as the beacon of hope it was meant to be. It is the only way to make the wishes of the ancients come true. I mean, he's not wrong. The future is where my destiny awaits. But yours lies outside of these doors. Go, create a future where hope reigns, and the tragedies of the past are but memories. No one but you can accomplish such things. Nothing we say will change your mind, will it? Mm-hmm. Onwards to a brighter future. It won't be easy, of course, but that's exactly why we'll do it. We'll catch up with Allag. Just you wait. We'll cover all the lost ground before you even know it. Well said, Wedge. It'll only be a few years before we come knocking, G'raha, and you're in for a rude awakening. You shall be witness to Noah's accomplishments. Pray keep alive our success, and forgive us our failures. And may we meet again, my friend. 12 keep you till then, Rambrose. I look forward to learning of your exploits. And you, Tegan. I know history will remember you. No doubt your heroism will be the star by which I chart my course when I awake. Well, now I must rest. Recalling so much has put me in the mood for some sleep. Farewell, my friends. I eagerly await a future born of the courage and the ancient's wish. Whee! Bonk. And he's still just carrying this little Moogle around in a flower. Nero's just stood over there like, yes. Don't want to go in there again, it was pretty horrible. The crystal tower slumbers again then. It is too quiet for my taste. Goodbye, Cid. I must put all this at my back. Possibility beckons, and I am bound to follow. But new dawn has come for me. Expecting something to happen there in that long, slow pan forward. Now we go back and talk to Rambrose, and I think that's the end of that quest chain. It seems very concluded. But yeah, it's a good quest chain. You have to do all the little gathering bits to open up the tower, to open up the labyrinth. Then you meet up with Grahatia and Unai and Doga. You gather all the stuff to get into the tower. And then you work on the portal to get into the world of darkness. And you fight the cloud of darkness and escape with Graha's new ability. And then he closes off the tower. And we'll never see him again. You've just missed Cid, Tegan. There is much that needs his attention if he is to fulfill Graha's wishes, it seems. But this is not the end of Noah. No matter how lonely St. Conach's Find has become for our friend's departure, we must all walk in different directions now. Remember that we labour for a brighter future, lit by Graha's beacon. Sealing the Crystal Tower was but the first step. Farewell, my friend. May our paths cross again. Quest complete. You've completed the Crystal Tower quest series. Rest well, champion, for the main scenario and many other adventures await you. So, those 3 missions and all the subsequent quests, when they came out, were one update. So all of this stuff post the main story all of these little bits and pieces, like the hard modes, the Crystal Tower alliance raids, the actual story running through, the like main story that we're doing, all of it up to a point, and I know the point, I can point it out when we get there, were all added in like updates before the first expansion came out, which was Heavensward. So that, I want to say it was like 1.5, 1. Was it 1.2? Surely it wasn't 1.2. It was one of the updates. I don't remember exactly which one. My brain wants to say 1.2 for some reason, but I want to say it was that. Like, I would find it more believable if it was 1.5, because it was a fairly big chunk. Alright, this is me just going and finding a good spot where I can stand with the Crystal Tower behind me. So, I think, given that we've just done a nice big chunk of quests that I can all kind of group together, and we've been going for about 7.5 hours, I might call the stream there for tonight. We will, of course, be playing more next Sunday. I will try to start at 2 p.m. again, because the only reason I didn't this time was all the stuff going on in the morning, and hopefully that will all be sorted before next week. So I will try to start at 2 p.m. next week. I obviously will let people know on my Discord if you follow me over there. There is also a vote up there as to what job I should pick up next. Currently, I think the vote is tied between picking up a tank and picking up a DPS. If one of those two wins, I will obviously open that up into which one of the classes in a new vote. Basically for you guys to input on what I play next. And then from there we can level that up to the level of Heavensward, get through all of the post-campaign story, and then from Heavensward we will have 2 classes to continue onwards through the first full expansion of Heavensward. We still have plenty of stuff left to do in the post-campaign game. I also didn't use my Puff of Darkness or Cloud of Darkness card. Yeah, we still have plenty to do in the game, in the post-ARR story, and that's probably what we will focus on next week.